All right, so after a couple of minutes, we will have everything created. So first of all is the auto-scaling group itself, okay, and we can see immediately from here this instance management. Uh, we have two instances now because I waited for a long time, and one of them is terminating because the server think it is not healthy, so it's trying to restart itself. Recreate a new instance. Okay, so it means that like the cluster is not in a stable status, so that's why it will keep terminating and creating new instances. But anyways, that's fine. We're gonna fix it. Let's see the load balancer here, and we will have a new load balancer which is in active status. Okay, and we click inside, and the first thing the listener itself gives us this error saying that not reachable. Okay, we can just look at the error itself. It will give us the security group for your load balancer. Do not allow traffic on this listener port. Okay, 80. Manage your security group in security tab. So what happened is in our security group we didn't declare anything when we declare the auto scaling group, right? So that means we don't have any ports opened, but at least we need a port 80 open there, right? So now let's just edit one and add a new HTTP, okay, port number, and then we can make this port number be available to everywhere, okay, because it's public. And also we have 8080 port, so let's just add it at the same time, and just anywhere, and then save. Okay, so after this is saved, what's going to happen is we're going to allow the load balancer 80 and 8080 port to be available. Okay, but if you remember, we use the same security group for both the EC2 instance and the load balancer. So in this case, the EC2 instance also available on the port 80 and 8080. So if we can double check the EC2 instance, and there must be one is okay. So anyway, this one is the new one. This is the new old one. Okay, but the security tab, and we are using the same same security group. You can see we just added here. Okay, and then now we go back to the listener, refresh, and it may take a while to let it ease because the health check will take some time, but we can just keep watching. Okay, so for this HTTP 80 port, we're gonna forward it to the load balance this load balancers our target group. Okay, this target group is also listed here. You can just click on here and it will jump to the target group tab, and then now here it will give us this status, like we in this group we have two target. One is healthy, okay, which is here, and one is draining. I think it's the previous one. Just now it's trying to shut it down. So at least one is healthy, so that means the load balancer can at least load balance the traffic to one of this target. Okay, so we can try it. Go back to the load balancer, the DNS name, just copy it, and then use a new tab to put it here and hit enter. Okay, so now you can see we got this high, right? So no rotating, no waiting, connection is okay, and the high is created. So at least we created this one. Let's just try something. Okay, so instead of directly hit our 8080 port, yes, this one still tells us it's not reachable, but actually it is working now. Okay, still telling us it's not reachable. So this UI, oh, now it's gone. Okay, so this graphic user interface probably sometimes not that update, so you have to keep checking the status. But anyways, so it proves that it's already start working now. Okay, so the 8080 port, we need to do a more listener to here. So what does the listener do is the listener is acting like a root here. We firstly tell what kind of port we are accepting, and then we're gonna forward it to which target group. Okay, so each target group we can open only one port. So if we have two ports, then we need two target groups. But the instance could be in the both target groups, so we don't need to create a duplicated instances. Okay, but before doing that, let's just firstly look at our auto scaling group. Okay, and now we shouldn't have two instances because the desired one. So the auto scaling group will make sure that we always have one instance available, right? Because two instance, one is terminating. Okay, it's because it previously detected it was unhealthy. Why? Because our port is not opened. That's why the auto scaling group think this is not a healthy instance. Then it just terminated it. But then later on, we change the security group. Then this one now is good, right? It's in service. So you can see the EC2 dashboard. Okay, so now that one is gone. Okay, we have only one running here. Okay, so this 366. All right, and if we want more, for example, like say we desire to have two instances running at the same time. Okay, because of the traffic or the requirement, whatever. Okay, so then what we can do is we can come here. Okay, and edit, and then we can change the desired capacity. Let's say I want 3. Okay, and then update. So and once this is finished, and then the auto scaling group will try to meet the requirement. Okay, so we have a desired 3, and then the activity, as you can see, it will soon start creating new instance in order to meet the requirement of 3 servers. So we don't need to manually do anything. So the auto scaling will automatically achieve this. Okay, so by creating new services for us or new instances for us. Okay, okay, and let's just check the EC2 instance, and still nothing happened. Okay, let's just wait for a while. Okay, wait. The security group, why the desired capacity is 1? Let's add 3. Okay, update. Okay, let's refresh. All right, it's 3. I don't know why just now it's 1. But actually you can see here now we have this new activity. Okay, and the pre-in service. Now you can just think like the user request update of auto scaling group. Okay, constraint to minimum 1, maximum 4, desired 3. Right, we have 2 instances because now it start to creating 2 new servers. Okay, so then we go to the instance management. Now you can see automatically it start creating 2 new ones, which are in pending status. Okay, also at the same time the target group. Okay, okay, so it will start having new instance registered on it. You can see here, right? So maybe it's not like immediately available, but what we did is we just changed our auto scaling group from desire 1 to desire 3, and then our EC2 instance now will start populating 2 more new ones. Okay, and at the same time, okay, our website is still working, right? You can see this high is still giving good response. The user won't feel anything, but after the auto scaling is finished, then all the 3 services will start working. Okay, because we have this architecture created. All right, so maybe we should make this thing like more differentiable. We can just return hi and with a server's IP address or something, so that we can see which server we are hitting there. But at this moment we cannot tell much difference, right, from this hi term. All right, so let's wait for a while and wait for all the servers are working in a good shape or healthy status. Okay. Okay, so actually they are all now in the healthy status. Okay, from the auto scaling group, we can also see the instance managed they are all healthy and in service. Load balancer target groups is also all healthy, and we can fine tune the health checks, right? So it's like here, for example, our health check path is / and the root port number is 80. Okay, and the 5 consecutive health check failures will make this as unhealthy, and the interval is 30 seconds. Like every 30 seconds, it will try to health check the servers, and the success code should be 200. If it's not 200, and then in 5 consecutive unhealth check, then it will mark this target as unhealthy. Once it's unhealthy, then the auto scaling group will get rid of it, and will restart the new one. Okay, so let's see if I manually shut down this one. Okay, so manually terminate. Wait, why is this? Let's refresh. Okay, so manually terminate this instance. Okay, so terminate, and now it's gone. Okay, it's in the terminate status, and now go back to the auto scaling group, manage instance. Okay, and you can see at this moment it's still treated like healthy, right? A healthy status, because the health check is not that immediate. And if I try to refresh, okay, you can see this request now become hanging. Okay, if I stop and I send another one, okay, another one is working, another one is working, a third one, okay, is hanging. Okay, this is because the whole architecture has a latency. If I immediately shut down this server, and then the load balancer, the auto scaling group doesn't have the immediate response to cut it off or replace it. Okay, so that's why we have this error. And see, the user send one request, okay, two requests, okay, third request, okay, fourth request, okay. You can see at this moment now everything is good, right? It is because we get an error, but all the status will be updated. Okay, so now the old one is terminated, the new one is in the pending status. Okay, so then the new server will start. So because we have a desired 3 capacity, then the auto scaling group will always make sure that you have 3 servers in action. Okay. All right. So that is to see from the infrastructure level, we cannot fully have a zero downtime. Okay, but we can use a software to compensate. And for instance, we can have some retry mechanism. So let's see if one request take a long time or more than 2 seconds, then we can send another request, okay, to query another server. Because of this infrastructure latency, right, for now, you can see it's only lasts for maybe 10 seconds or 20 seconds, something like that. It won't be very significant. So we're using software that we can also compensate, to make the overall system more reliable and robust. Okay. So now in this case, comparing to the first version, we use only one EC2. That EC2 can be shut down, can have any errors. If it's gone, then our system is gone. But at this moment now we have 3 instances in service. Okay, let's see if any one of them are full of content and the hard drive is full, then other content can come and replace it. Okay, and also we can have auto scaling. So here we can set the actions, dynamic scale actions, and also we can have a predictive, okay, scaling, and also we can have scheduled actions. So all those we can just use combine together to predict the traffic or to reactively increase or decrease the server, so that we can save some money and also at the same time make the whole system reliable and available. Okay, so we can just create a dynamic ones, and you can see here we have a different kind of policy types, and we have a name, and then we have the different matrix. Okay, so step scaling. Okay, and also we can have a different CloudWatch alarms to trigger this scale. Okay, so we can basically have a different kind of conditions to trigger the scale in and out. And also for the scheduled action, that is easier. Like Black Friday, we have a lot of traffic. Then let's just make it more servers, right? So things like that. So this is the auto scaling group for the overall look and feel is like this. If you can set it up by yourself, that's good, because it's a long journey, right? From the beginning, this video probably takes like more than 1 hour or so. And I'm doing this fast and didn't explain all the detail. So you probably meet this and that kind of issues, network connectivities, security groups. But you get the idea and you know the flow. So and also in the middle, you learn the terminologies. Okay, so that's the whole point of this demo. It's not like you follow me, you do something, then you learn it. That should help you to understand uh, the techniques instead of just do it and you think you know it. All right, and next is we're gonna set up this 8080 port, right? So for at this moment we all talk about this high, which is the Nginx container, which is in the port 80. Now we have an 8080 port. Okay, so the next video we're gonna just set up the 8080 port and we're gonna wrap up this auto scaling part. Thanks.